I'm here with Tim Gulan, who plays Thénardier in Les Miserables, which will be here in Norfolk at Chrysler Hall next week. Tim, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for speaking with me today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, where are you from, and how did you initially get into theater?
Well, I'm from Rocky Hill, Connecticut, which is just like it sounds, a very small town in Connecticut. My older sister is an actress, so I always kind of thought about it, but I actually got into theater, this is really silly. I found an application in a garbage can in high school for colleges. Like I was emptying garbage in an AV room, and I went, oh, maybe I'll try this, and that's literally how I got into theater.
Very nice. So, how did you get this gig? I guess you didn't find anything in the garbage can about Les Mis.
Well, 20 years ago, I was in Les Mis, and the ensemble was one of the younger characters. So when I got a call for the audition for this, I was like, really? I don't know if they're going to see me as that. It was the same, even the same casting people that I did 20 years ago, so they saw something in me that they thought was right for the character. When you see the show, you'll see I'm a little crazy, and that's kind of what I go with, and I ended up getting the part.
Yeah, very cool. Well, before we get into the part of Thénardier itself, I wanted to ask about the show. You know, Les Mis it's just a straight up phenomenon. It's been played countless times all over the world in many different languages, and what in your own words, what is it that makes Les Miserables so brilliant?
Well, for me, the main thing is the story. I mean, the book is amazing. You know, we all travel with copies of the book, like on our Kindles or whatever. And it's such great source material. And in the book, it has really something for everybody. It's got, really strong male characters, really strong female characters. It's got war. It's got romance. It's got funny things. It's got revolution. So really, it's got something for everybody. You know, even in terms of the movie, like there's action sequences, there's romance sequences. So there's really, it's very so different that I think it keeps coming back, and there's always something that you can hold on to. And then when you add that to just, absolutely epic, sweeping music that they wrote, I mean, I love it. I've been doing this part for more than a year, and every single day I'm so happy to be at work. I'm so happy to be working with the cast and crew and the musicians. It's just an absolute joy.
That's great. And so you play the villain, which is kind of an evil but yet a comedic character in the show. You play Thénardier. So what does Thénardier add to the musical?
Well, I think if you look at the characters, you have Valjean on one side, who's absolutely just trying to do good, even though he's been in a bad situation. And then you have Javert, who's just trying to do what he thinks is right. So you have these two absolutes. And then you have me and Madame Thénardier in the middle, who are basically just saying, no, we don't agree with either one of you. We're here to survive and to get through by any means necessary, whatever happens. So sometimes that makes us rob people in a really funny way, and then sometimes it makes us really evil in a very dark way. So we go all over the place because our job is to survive. And in the play, the only people that survive by the end are Marius Cosette and the Thénardiers. Everybody else dead. Everybody else. So our job is to just, like some human beings do, just keep moving on. And sometimes the situation just makes it really funny.
Right. It's a world where the dog eats the dog. Right?
Yeah, it is. He's just saying it's not my fault. I didn't create the situation. I'm just in the situation. I'm doing the best that I can.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing about Les Mis that's just absolutely amazing is the set. And
oh my God, yeah.
And especially for your character, because you go into the sewers underneath the grounds of Paris and whatnot. And so how would you describe the set? What's it like to perform on a set like that?
Okay, first of all, really cool thing is that Victor Hugo was a really prolific illustrator, but he didn't want anybody to know about it because he thought if they saw his illustrations, they wouldn't take him seriously as a writer. So So we have all these projections on the back of the set that are actually based on drawings of his.
Wow.
So it's almost like he helped design the set, which is really super cool. Because these two big projectors, and what they do is they overlay, like in the sewers, they overlay this image of the sewers that actually becomes three-dimensional at a certain point, which is really, really cool. The set piece is all modular and comes, all over the set on these sliders and this track system. So it can be configured in very different ways. For me, it's kind of cool and scary because I'm definitely afraid of heights, and I'm constantly like on the edge of something. 2.5 stories, I'm going, oh my God, please don't let me fall, please don't let me fall.
Right.
The set itself, just for people to know, it takes 9 semi-trucks to get our show from town to town. 9.
Wow.
It's even more than the original. Yeah, the original one was only 8. This one's 9. It's enormous. And it's really cool, it's the set, just like the first time the set's a character, because he's trying to get the feeling of a small town in France or a slum in Paris, and it's great.
Wow. And I want to ask you about what do you bring to the character Thenardier that's different? You had mentioned that he's crazy, so you just go with that. What? Tell me more about that.
Well, one thing that I will say now, the way the show was directed, which is fantastic, is that it's a show, and the lines are the lines, and the notes are the notes, and there are parameters of things you can do. But every single day, I make different choices, and that's what my strength is that I'm very much on the spot. So some days something will occur to me, and I'll do something totally differently than I did the day before.
Right.
Sometimes, like Shauna, who plays Madame Thenardier, we have a really, really good relationship, and we play off each other. So even if you saw the show, we have some, we call them super fans, that'll literally see the show the whole week, every single show. And they'll tell us, wow, I saw the show on Wednesday, I saw it on Thursday, and it was different.
Wow.
It's not a statue. It's not set in stone.
Right.
So there are parameters, but I think what I do really well is I change things up because things, we're human beings. It's a living, breathing thing, and it should be slightly different every day.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's all these different productions of Les Mis going on. We have the traveling company, which the one you're in now. We've got the Broadway company, which is in New York City, and then there's the movie. People can go see it on the big screen. So what would you say? Why should someone who has seen Les Mis the movie go see it live at Chrysler Hall?
Well, first of all, there is no Broadway company at the moment. This tour is going to be the basis for what the Broadway company is going to be.
Oh,
so that's the first thing. If you think you want to see it on Broadway, you're just seeing basically a preview of what you're going to see in March. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, the movie's awesome. We all sat and watched the movie together. We had a showing for the cast, and we had a great time. And it's epic, and it's sweeping, and there's all these things you can do in movies, like extreme close-ups, on their faces. You can't do that in live theater.
Sure.
But also what you can't do for them, you can't viscerally experience something in the moment the way you can with live theater. You can't, no offense to anybody in the movie because they were all great, but the voices that we have in this show are world-class singing voices. I mean, the music is amazing.
Right.
Peter Lockyer and Valjean, Andrew Varela as Javert. Awesome voices. Sean Hammock is Manatee. Myself. We're that's what we do. So, also, in a movie, it's really cool because it's so sweeping and epic and huge. But in the theater, if you're you can almost touch it. You can literally almost touch it. Yeah. And you can see the smoke coming off the set. And it's like you're there as opposed to watching it from a distance. And that's why I love theater.
Right. I would agree with that 100%. Absolutely. So, well, in closing, I wonder if you would do this. I know it's putting you on the spot, but if you...
Oh, man!
Come on now. You want to do it. You're an actor. If you would just sing one little tiny bit of Master of the House so that people can get a dose of what
I can't.
Oh, you can't?
No, I can't.
You probably can't because of business red tape.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm sorry. You have to come see it.
Oh,
come see it. Seriously, it's hysterical. It's a wonderful musical. I've been associated with it literally for more than 20 years now, and I consider myself to be extremely lucky. It's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, the business production end of companies like this, they have to hold on to their the property very securely, so to maintain the integrity of the show, and so that when people see it, their just minds are blown, and that's why they do that.
Exactly. You won't be disappointed.
Excellent, Tim. Well, thank you so much for speaking with me, and I really look forward to seeing you as Thenardier next week at Chrysler Hall.
Awesome. Come see me after the show. I'll show you the set if you want.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
All right, bro. Take care.
Okay.